the devil is not horns, sijui fire or even darkness. No. It is the version of you that tells you it is fine to stay small. That version of you that tells you don't risk, don't speak, don't grow, don't disrupt. It is the soothing voice that lets you hide in cycles of people pleasing. That voice that lets you compromise. It lets you hide in distraction, in laziness, and even in shallow peace. That version is seductive because it feels safe. It accommodates everyone else, keeps you likable, and it avoids conflict. But this is the real hell. The slow death of your authenticity under the disguise of comfort. The God self is not cozy or even indulgent. The God self is fierce. The God self is disciplined and radical. It cuts sharply where you have compromised. It demands truth when lies would keep you comfortable. It refuses to negotiate with mediocrity. When the God version of you rises, it feels terrifying because it will not allow you to shrink anymore. It pulls you out of toxic comfort zones, tears down false attachments, and it refuses to let you betray yourself. This is scary because it confronts everything in you that wants to stay small. And that is why people fear the wrong thing. People fear, you're fearing the devil, you're fearing the darkness. Most people fear the devil image that they were taught. That image we were taught by the religion. Fire, punishment, shadows, darkness. But in reality, they hang out with the devil self every day. Every time they silence their voice, every time they compromise their values, or even avoid the hard work of growth, they're hanging out with the devil self. They do not realize that the version they should prepare to meet, and even yes, you should fear it, is their God self. Because once it rises, it will no longer accept excuses. And the shading of comfort feels like death before it feels like liberation. You think you fear darkness, but true fear is the light. Because light does not coddle, it exposes. It doesn't stroke your ego, it burns it. The devil comforts you into chains. While the God self frightens you into freedom. In short, the devil is the self that sedates you with comfort. The God self is the self that terrifies you with the truth. Hell is the easy life that costs your soul. While heaven is the hard path that gives you back, gives you back your soul to yourself. My people, heal. Heal.